Hello, everybody. It's going to be a new podcast here on YouTube talking about sports, mostly probably football as of now. A couple things we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about Travis Hunter. That's going to be one of the main people we're going to talk about today. We talk about the college football playoffs, and we're going to talk about um, quarterback problems and risky or smart plays. Fans overhype their teams and think they've been there before. All right. First thing on the list is Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is a guy. It's gonna be the Mother Day in prime time. Prime time is gonna make sure he's gonna try to get there where he needs to go, where he wants to go. My opinion, I think he could come to the Falcons. Because the whole scenario of Kirk Cousins, Grady Jarrett, and all of the money situation, because Dan talks about cutting Jared and Cousins this offseason. And what we played with last night, the other day on Sunday Night Football, we played like shit. And my opinion, Travis Hunter can be two players in one. He could be the Mount Day in prime time. His stats here at Jackson State was his first year with offense. He had 18 catches for 190 for 4 touchdowns. Defense, total tackles, he had 19, solo tackles 15, 4 assists, 2 interceptions, and a pick, and a touchdown defensively. In his first year at Colorado, he has 57 receptions for 721 yards, 5 touchdowns. Defense, 31 tackles with 3 picks. 2024, his Heisman Trophy year, he finally breaks out. 92 catches for 1,152 yards and 14 touchdowns. He has 4 interceptions for 31 total tackles. This guy, he's going to be a difference maker with whoever he gets him. But if he goes to a shitty team like the Patriots, the Raiders, all these etc. shitty teams right now, he ain't going to be as good as he is people talking about. He's the type of guy that is going to blow up the league and going to dominate the league if he's in a special place. That's why prime time is going to be one of those main protagonists with his son Shadir and his other son, the Colorado Shador. Those two are going to be where prime time wants him to go. And I'm hearing speculations that prime time wants both his kids go to the Raiders. So, only thing that would be in case if the Raiders try to get Travis Hunter, the speculations that he can be that missing piece for a certain contender, like the Niners or the Vikings or the Falcons or Seattle, all these other one player away teams, not contenders, but they're like one team or player away. My best opinion, I think he'd be good wearing the black and red because he put him on a defense with Jesse Bates, with AJ Terrell, and put Travis Hunter on the second receiver. That's scary. And then you put him on offense, being the second guy behind Drake London, Kyle Pitts. My opinion, I think we need to let Pitts go. Pitts has been a horrible, horrible, horrible pick I've ever seen. Worse than Jamal Anderson back in the day. Not the running back, the defensive end from Arkansas. That dude was a bum. But anyway, my opinion, Travis Hunter needs to go to a contender. If he goes to one of these shitty teams, my opinion, he ain't going to go nowhere. He's going to be very lost. And he want to be the guy. But if you can't be the guy when you don't have a quarterback. That's why you see how Sam Darnold's doing this year. Sam Darnold has been lightening up. Why? Because he has talent around him. All these years of talent when he played for the Jets, he played for the Niners, he played for the Carolina Panthers. He barely had talent. When he was with the Niners, he was balling. He was balling. Only reason why the Niners didn't keep him because they have Brock Purdy. But you need to think about this. Travis Hunter is the future. He's the guy that you need to look out for. If he, like I said, and I heard one of the stupidest takes I've ever heard in my life on one of the ESPN people. He said, Patriots got the first overall pick. How about talk to the Tennessee Titans with our second overall pick and trade Drake May? Only reason why nobody's talking about Drake May in Rookie of the Year, because one, Patriots suck. Patriots have nobody. This is not 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago Patriots. This ain't the dynasty Patriots. This ain't the Tom Brady-led Patriots. This ain't the Bill Belichick-led Patriots. This is a whole new regime. It's a whole new era in New England. And you can't trade a quarterback who has proven himself to be one of the top 15, and it's hard to be top 15 in your rookie year with a crappy team as that is. You can't, no matter how good you are in college, it's going to get out of proportion to go to a crappy team and think you're going to be good in the NFL. It's rare. Take all the Hall of Famers. Take all the greats that came out of colleges. Cam Newton, Joe Namath, Bart Starr. All these great guys, they went to teams that were ready. Then you got guys like Tim Tebow and Jamarcus Russells and all these other cats who went to shitty teams with shitty situations, with shitty coaching, and shitting everything. And you can't do anything if you're not going to win. That's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Travis Hunter will be the future if he goes to the right team. But the whole scenario about the ESPN dude, he talked about trading Drake May to Tennessee, then trading him to the Raiders get their second overall pick. I'm sorry, the Patriots get the second overall pick. And the Patriots would take Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter 1 and 2 and try to get Primetime to be the head coach. Prime has said multiple times that he's not leaving college right now. The right situation, he could be. That's what the whole thing with his Travis Hunter and his two boys. Wherever they go, if they're not happy or they don't want to be there anymore, and it's one of Prime's teams, Prime may make a move. Like if Dallas opened up in the future, the Falcons open up in the future, the Niners open up in the future, the Raiders, all these teams that he wants his kids to go to, if they open up, he would not mind leaving Colorado. Because in my opinion, Prime has not done nothing since he became a Colorado head coach. What has he done? Please tell me what he has done. He hasn't won a Big 12 championship. He hasn't made it to a college playoff. He has lost to shittier teams, got blown out by BYU, and they expect Prime to come to NFL and become Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin. then Don Shula, Mike Shanahan. Like, come on, man. I love Prime. Prime was probably one of the greatest Falcons we ever had. Probably one of the greatest players in NFL history. Prime is a good coach. But Prime needs to stay where he is and get Colorado better. Now, your three guys are gone. What will you do now? Will you say, screw it, I'm going to follow my boys? What you've been saying that you won't, but I believe you will. If next year comes and y'all go 4-8, 4-9, something like that, what you be doing now? Will you hang up the phone if the Raiders call you when his son is the quarterback there? Will you hang up the phone if Travis Hunter go to Dallas or Atlanta or the Minnesota, all these other teams, if they call you, say, hey, we want you to become a defensive coordinator. Oh, hey, we want you to become the head coach. It's not possible. Prime need to be Prime and do his thing. That's why I'm saying he has made Travis Hunter a star, a top-tier star. I have not seen a player since Prime has done the stuff Travis Hunter has done. He has made incredible interceptions. He has stopped on a shitty, very shitty Colorado team. And Colorado needs to realize once Prime leaves, y'all gonna be irrelevant again. It's not gonna. It sucks, but it's true. That's what happened to Alabama this year. I just saw the bowl game today, and it hurt me. Why? Because I saw the end of a dynasty for my Crimson Tide. There's a new era in college football. There ain't no one team that's better than anybody. I told my dad, I told a lot of my friends, that this is the first year in college football. There's not one dominant team. Ain't one team that said, oh, they're going to win the national championship no matter what happens. Ain't one. So that's what I get upset with certain situations by certain coaches pressuring their players to go to teams they want them to go. The players should go to the teams they want to go, not the other way around. But that's going to be the first part. Second part, we talk about my Falcons. Since your assistance back in 1966, the Atlanta Falcons was born. We have been shitty ever since. This is our record since we began in NFL. 398 to 510-6. That's regular season. Playoffs 10-14. Super Bowls 0-2. The 0-2, we should have had one of them. Could have had both. We screwed both games up. We lost to two GOATs. One named John Elway and one named Tom Brady. I can't stand Tom Brady, but I have to respect him. What he did that game. It hurt a lot of Atlanta fans. It hurts me the most. And we went the best offense ever. Ever. We had the most points, the most yards. We had an MVP quarterback. We had a top 2 dominant running back goer. We had a sack leader in the NFL. We have Vic Beasley led the NFL in sacks in 2016, which was crazy to me, where he came to be. After that season, what happened? Went to Philadelphia, lost to Nick Foles. Next year, never made the playoffs. That was our last playoff appearance. Was against Philadelphia and Nick Foles. We've been in a quarterback guessing game since 2018. And everybody dissed Matt Ryan. Oh, Matt Ryan needs to go. Oh, we need this guy. Oh, we need that guy. Y'all see why I told a lot of y'all Matt Ryan was not the problem. Yes, Matt Ryan lost his touch. He'd been hurt most of his career. He has lost his touch, though. But look what happened. Look how many quarterbacks that we went through since Matt Ryan. I can name them. Went to Desmond Ridder, Taylor Heinicke. All these horrible picks. Kirk Cousins, of all fucking people. Excuse my language. But Kirk Cousins, a guy who has not done nothing in the NFL but the regular season, he might be a great leader. He might be a good team player. But he's not a good quarterback. I was at work at Walmart when I found that we signed him. I was flabbergasted. I did not want him. I did not need him. My money was on two quarterbacks, Jalen Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. That was my two quarterbacks. And look how Jalen Daniels have been doing this year. Probably will win the Rookie of the Year this year. Dominant. All around the board. Michael Penix, he has been showing flashes, but we just see 2 weeks of him. That's what happened with Desmond Ridder a couple years ago. Falcons waited too long to bring in the guy, the rookie, the guy to take over the older vet. I can see the pattern re-happening. But the difference between Desmond and Michael Penix got a better arm, got a better accuracy, and he's more smart with the ball. And I'll let y'all know, I was one of those cats who wanted Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder was the guy, in my opinion. We drafted him in the third round. I was happy with it. I saw him in college. I saw his last year. I saw him go against Alabama, try to fight through the end. They wanted to win. In the last 5 years for the Falcons, we have drafted offensive players. We have been dead last in sacks for years. The last 5 weeks, we don't know that football. We don't know sack this guy, make one turnover this. We don't know this football. We know we was always playing from behind. In the last 20 years, Vic Beasley's the top 3 guy for us. And he had one good year. Patrick Kearney's, John Abrahams. We had all these cats, and we didn't do nothing with them. Tony Gonzalez, Julio Jones, all these great players. And we just did nothing, wasted their careers on stupid, boneheaded mistakes, stupid coaching mistakes. Bringing in the whole Michael Vick shit, too. The reason why I hate Jim Moore Jr. is because of one of the reasons why, because he did not coach Michael Vick right. He let Michael Vick do whatever the hell he wanted. That's why Michael Vick got so much in trouble. Now, if Michael Vick was a man and said, hey, I made a mistake, I should never did dogfighting, then I'd be like, okay, that's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine. That's one of the reasons I don't like Arthur Blank as our owner. It's because he brings in these coaches, these yes men. These guys that will not get into players' faces. This is football. This is the type of sport that you need to get in somebody's face to get them going. This ain't no pat your butt, change your diaper, shit like that. No, this is not ballet. This is football. You hit each other in the mouth on every play. And all these coaches are all these years. That's why we one of the top worst. We one of the top tier coaches of firings since the 2000s. We're not to compare to the Browns and all the other coaches, but we're bottom half. You see the top tier that hasn't not fired their coaches. What they done? They won championships. They won Super Bowls. They won awards. Our best coach we ever had was Dan Quinn. He changed the whole team around to smack you in the mouth type mentality. And I can't stand the hire of Raheem Morris. Last Sunday was a prime example. You had 1 minute in the game. You had 2 timeouts. You made a bear mistake. It's funny as I say bear because a former head coach of the Bears this year got fired because of that mistake. And the only reason why you did not get fired is because this is your first year. If I was the owner, you would have been fired because of that bonehead mistake. Time management. And he makes the excuse that, I thought they're gonna run to the ball faster. Call a timeout. You have 2 of them. You have 2 timeouts. And working it down the field and made bonehead play calls. And you let a guy who hasn't kicked a 50-yarder in his whole NFL career, and that's why that shit was short by 5 or 10 yards. He was not even close. He was accurate, but he wasn't even close to making a field goal. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of all the hype or 19 on the game. I'm tired of all the bull crap that they give to us. Oh, this is our year. Oh, well, they look good in practice. Oh, well, they look good. I haven't seen it all year. Couple games, yes. I saw the flashes. I saw the flashes that everybody said we were the best. We had a great offense and great defense. We had a couple of those games. And guess what happened in those games? We blew them out. We did not allow a lot of points those games. The games we lost this year because of turnovers. The defense was not the problem all year. Since the bye week, the Falcon defense has been top 5 in whole NFL. Top 5. Guess where our offense has been? Bottom half of the league. Turnovers. We have a quarterback that has the most fumbles and the most interceptions this year. We signed a guy who just came from a torn Achilles. Yes, he was having an MVP year last year. I will give him that. In 8 games he played last year, he had MVP numbers. Almost 30 touchdowns. 6 picks, almost 3,000 yards in 8 games. Look how Aaron Rodgers is doing. He ain't the same player. You see glimpses of it, just like we saw glimpses of Kirk Cousins. But the fact of the matter is, you can't allow shit like this to happen every single damn year. Why is it got to happen every year for us? You hype these fans up for disappointment. That's why I'm not a fan of the Hawks anymore. Because they do the same thing with the Hawks. Oh, we got Trae Young. Oh, we got Jalen Johnson. Oh, I saw flashes this year. I can see the flashes. But you still got garbage like Clint Capella, who jumps up for a ball and just breaks his leg type player. He's a sixth man. He's not a starter. Get a big man to come in here. It's not that hard to do. You get mad at the team, but it's the owners. Bring in the coaches that will get in these players' mouths and just say, listen, this is my way of doing it. We're going to do it my way, and we're going to finish it with a championship. That's one reason I like primetime. That's one of the reasons I like Bill Belichick. Because primetime got the championship mentality. He just need the right players for it. Bill Belichick had the right players. He had the right quarterback. He had the right defensive minds. We never had that. We would have had Bill Belichick to come to Atlanta. Why he did not come? And I'll tell you why. Robert Kraft called Arthur Smith. I'm Arthur Blank. And said, hey, you bring this guy in, he's going to take over your whole team. He's going to fire your GM, and he's going to be the only boss besides you, over you. And he's going to be the decision maker. I would have took that. No disrespect for Terry Fontenot, but I would have took that. I would have had Bill Belichick to be my coach. A 7-time Super Bowl winning champion coach. But we're going to have to take the safe route, take Raheem Morris, who hasn't done nothing as a head coach. When he was in Tampa, he was making the same mistakes he's doing here. Almost making the playoffs. He was the interim general manager when we fired Dan Quinn. He was the interim head coach. Almost got us to the playoffs. I was like, oh, damn, okay. He might change his ways. This year, he did not change his ways. I have seen the same Raheem Morris I saw 10 years ago in Tampa. I am tired of the same politicking BS that's going on with the Falcons. You hype us up for nothing. You get this talent for nothing. You get these quarterbacks that's past their prime and do nothing with them. Did you come to think a lot of Falcon fans, when y'all signed Kirk Cousins, and on top of that, you drafted Michael Penix Jr.? Now think about that. Look at all the defenders that's been going off this year. Verse, Dallas Turner, all these great cats, Brock Bowers. I did not want Kurt. I could have stand him. He's a regular season quarterback. And what I mean by regular season quarterback, he's an MVP candidate regular season quarterback. It's the difference between a regular season quarterback and a whole package quarterback. He's a regular season quarterback. He proves it in the regular season, but he denies it in the playoffs. He chokes it away. He did that in Minnesota. He did that in Washington. And now he's doing it here. And he just been here for one damn year. And now we're back in cap hell with a free agent class who is stacked to the roof of all the bullshit. They are stacked with cornerbacks, defensive linemen, linebackers that we need. That's why I want the Falcons to get Travis Hunter. We ain't going to have the money to pay for these players. We're going to have to let Justin Simmons walk, who has been a great safety for us. He hasn't been the best, but he's been great. You get Travis Hunter, like you did Julio years ago, and took a risk at a guy, a generational talent. I'm telling y'all, Travis Hunter will help the Falcons win the Super Bowl. If Michael Penix become the quarterback that we all know he will, and my gut say he will, with this offense we have, these young cats on defense, there ain't nothing stopping us. The NFC South, only dangerous team is Tampa. Carolina, I give them another 3 years. New Orleans, I don't like New Orleans. My opinion, they're going to reboot. All their cats going to probably be gone at the end of the year. Kamara, Carr, Cam Jordan, all the Hall of Fame guys going to be gone. Why? Because they're in cap hell. I went over the cap of New Orleans. And when I said I knew there were the negatives, but you mean to tell me they had negative $78 million of cap? Negative 78. The next closest is Cleveland with 19. Who they can sign? All these years they've been backing up contracts, paying them money. Now they're dealing with it. Falcons about to deal with it. That's why I feel they're going to release Kirk Cousins and probably release Grady Jarrett. Two cats. One I don't like, one I love. Grady has been the diehard Falcon player we always will remember. But it's about his time to go. It's about time to get this new regime going. All right. No Falcon talk. What's the next thing on the list here? College football playoffs and transfer portals. Sorry. The college football playoffs. Like I said before, college football is a whole different system. That's probably the best way I can describe it. A whole new system. You got all these kids. In my opinion, they need so my train of thought. They need a salary cap for the transfer portals. Why? Because you got teams like Marshall. Marshall's not really a team that people always talk about being good. They were good enough to make a bowl this year. I wonder why we can't get to a bowl game, because everybody's in the damn transfer portal because their coach left. This transfer portal's getting out of hand. Why the fact that you got guys like from Marshall, all the players are gone. Got all these Georgia players, all these Alabama players, all these small schools, Notre Dame, USC, all these schools losing players because another team want to pay them a little bit more money, which I have no problem for. But you can't go in the transfer portal every damn year. It's not fair for the fans. It's not fair for the team. You made a commitment. And the commitment is that you need to make a salary cap for a transfer portal in college football. Because it's not going to work. It will damage the whole football thing. I feel bad for Marshall. I feel bad for a lot of these teams that lose all these great players. And I understand from the player's point of view. If somebody offered me $8 million to come play for you, I will play for you. If somebody offered me $5 million just to sit on the bench, I will come play for you. Oh, look, fireworks going off. But I can't stand the transfer portal. The transfer portal is not good for college football right now. It's stupid. The college football players should be paid. Not just football, basketball, baseball, all these academics. These players should be paid. They're putting their bodies on the line. But the whole transfer portal, they need to either put a salary cap on each team or wait till the end of the year. And if they sit out for that bowl game because they want to transfer, give them a year suspension. Did what they used to do back in the day. They would still get their paid. You still get their money. But at the same time, it's not going to work. Give them a year suspension. Because it's BS. You can't have coaches go to your homes wasting money to come see you, to come to their school. And now they got to talk to their agents. Not just their parents, their agents. And say, hey, so-and-so ready to pay me $4 million to come play for him. $4 million, but we would go off you 3.5. Yeah, but somebody call us and say, yeah, we heard you're going to pay us out, so that we want you to go up to $5 million. It's a smart investment for the player, but the coaches, I feel bad for. Because they put all that hard effort to make their team better. They see talent in high school, middle school, who just been bossing, dog-hogging the whole damn league, Texas, Georgia, all these great football states. Go to their house and saying, hey, we're going to pay you this amount of money to come play for us. And then the player don't play as much as they wanted to. Oh, I want out. I want to go to the transfer portal. So you mean to tell me you wasted my time, my money, and I could have talked to so-and-so or John Doe over there or James Dean over there. I could have talked to those two instead of Bill over here. They need to fix the transfer portal. They don't fix the transfer portal. College football, not just college football, all college sports will go down the drain. That's a laughing stock. And nobody wants to watch anymore. All right. College playoff predictions. Since I was going to do this for yesterday, but I didn't have certain stuff on my stream. So I have, the final 8. We got Oregon, and Ohio State, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame, Boise State, and Penn State. Pretty sure Penn State and Boise State are playing right now. I'm taking Penn State. Then the Georgia, Notre Dame is my bias on this game. You got two schools that has a lot of talent. You got pretty much the same talent. But the only difference is the quarterbacks. You got one guy who went to Duke, came to Notre Dame, led the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, gets somewhat shitty competition to the college football playoffs. Then you got Georgia, who lost Carson Beck, who lost to my Alabama Crimson Tide this year, and Ole Miss. 2 games, I saw Georgia just give up. When they were not getting stuff their way, they give up. If Notre Dame runs it down Georgia's throat with those 2 great running backs they have, I'm telling you right now, Notre Dame may go to the college football playoffs finals. But I may still got to pick with Notre Dame just because of the whole quarterback situation. Those 86 snaps I saw Dennis Stockton play. Yes, I counted 86 snaps. He looked 50-50 good. He made boneheaded plays. He also made some good ones against Texas, who is still one of the best schools. They beat them twice this year. It's hard to beat a team twice, even 3 times, which is possible they can meet each other in the championship. But I have Notre Dame beating Georgia. Texas, Arizona State. I have Texas beating Arizona State. No matter who their quarterback is it Quentin Ewers or Archie Manning? Arizona State, they're there, but they're not there. Give them a couple more years. They're close, but no cigar. Oregon and Ohio State, probably one of the best of the Final 4 teams, Final 8 teams. These 2 teams played each other at the beginning of the year. Oregon barely beat Ohio State. Since that game, Ohio State has been one of the best teams in college football. They had not allowed one team to go over 20 points this year since that game. They have been one of the top offenses in that game. So that's why we'll pick Ohio State over Oregon. Ohio State and Texas. It's going to be a wonderful game. I will have Ohio State beating Texas by 3 in overtime. Reasons why. I saw those 2 games Texas played against Georgia. They're weaker serve positions. That defensive line people talk about at the beginning of the year, they have their flaws. Georgia got through them with their other guys. Not their starters, but their other guys. Ohio State got some big boys on that offensive line. Scary guys on the offensive line. What you need to know, that Ohio State can be the team to win the Natty this year. So that's why I'm picking Ohio State over Texas. Then we got Notre Dame and Penn State. 2 schools that have been fighting since the 80s to get back to a championship. Even conference championship or a national championship. The last time Notre Dame has been in a national championship, they got their ass whooped by the Alabama Crimson Tide. Beat their ass. That's the Montateo incident. Mr. Linebacker and his catfish girlfriend. That guy, that team. I got Penn State beating Notre Dame. Like I said, I feel like this game will be a little bit closer. I feel like Penn State can sneak in and win there in overtime against Notre Dame by a touchdown. National championship, Penn State, Texas. Penn State, Ohio State. Ohio State is my national championship this year. Like I said before, they have talent everywhere. Just that one flaw against Michigan, Ohio State can beat anybody. Michigan has proved they were not actually a shitty team as a lot of people think they are. They're actually talented still without Jim Harbaugh. All right. All right. Last thing on the list: overhyped fans and bandwagoners. Stay with your team. If your team sucks and you choose some winning team, you're a bandwagoner. You have teams in college football, in the NFL, in all sports that had that one good year. And then that one good year, everything went down the drain. Why? Y'all had one good year to not do what y'all was supposed to be doing. Y'all act like y'all never been here before. And I understand that. That's why a lot of people hate the Yankees. That's why a lot of people hate Alabama. A lot of people hate the Dodgers right now. All these teams that be winning through decades, not just the last 10 years, decades, early 1900s to the 2020s. They've been winning not just conference championships, but world championships. That's why the Yankees got 27. That's why Boston Celtics got 18, 19. So does the Lakers. Then you got teams like the Detroit Lions that I fall in love with. I always will be a Falcon fan, but Detroit Lions fans were always loyal. Been one of the saddest franchises in NFL history. And they finally have a chance to be winning. In my opinion, winning the Super Bowl this year. If my Falcons don't win it, I have Detroit winning the Super Bowl. You hear it here first. Detroit Lions will beat the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. And that's going to be on the next episode. Then you got the 49er fans. Y'all were there in the 80s and 90s. We all had Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Steve Young, and all these other cats. And after they all left, where did y'all go? Y'all went hiding. They're all the bad years. I'm starting to see this with the New England Patriot fans. 20 years of dominance with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick came to a rushing halt when Tom Brady left for Tampa. Where's my real fans at? The fans that will root for the shittiest team in the NFL. That's why I respect the Cleveland Browns. I don't really respect a lot of these Falcon fans. Because only certain Falcon fans, when they were winning, there's a lot of y'all. But when we're losing, where are y'all at? Where's the support? Nick Saban said it best. No matter if you up by 3 or 100, you stay to the end and root for your team. Falcons fans don't do that. That's one of the reasons why I dislike the Falcon fans. Falcon fans don't do that. We lose. Y'all not here. We win. We're the one of the hottest party cities ever. The 2016 year when we went to the Super Bowl, there was a lot of y'all. Everybody hyped for the Falcons. Then we up 28-3. Oh, we're going to win their first Super Bowl. What happened after that? Went to Philadelphia and lost. Haven't been to the playoffs since then. I went to 4 different head coaches since then. I didn't count interim head coach because Raheem Morris was another. He was an interim. 4 different coaches. We've been 7-10 the last 3 years. And the amount of talent that's on this team, that's astounding to me. You have all this talent, and we can't even get 10 plus wins. Because you have a shitty ass coaching staff. I need my real fans here. The Cincinnati Bengal fans. That's another team that hides. When y'all winning, y'all there. Y'all losing, y'all not. Cowboy fans the same way. When y'all were 4-peating in the 90s. Beating Buffalo twice with Jim Kelly and those cats. We had Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, primetime one of those years. Y'all haven't been back since. And y'all act like y'all still relevant. Y'all been to two NFC championships since those Super Bowls. That was 30 years ago. You timed the same amount of AFC appearances and NFC appearances than the Browns, the Lions. Saints got more than y'all. Carolina got more than y'all. They got wins. They got Super Bowl appearances, 2 more appearances than y'all. They weren't even around when y'all last time y'all won a Super Bowl. But they got 2 more Super Bowl appearances than y'all. That's why I respect the Detroit Lions fans. That's why I respect the Cleveland Brown fans, because they stay with the team no matter they win or lose. I feel bad for Cleveland Brown fans got to deal with Deshaun Watson. Thank God the Falcons. That was the last 5 years, that's probably one of the best plays that they did not go after Deshaun Watson. You see why. He has been dog water. Probably the worst quarterback in the NFL by far. And what's sad, he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL by far. Only a couple cats make more money than him. Not guaranteed money, because he got the most guaranteed money right now. It's sad. You got quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson, like Dak Prescott, like Kirk Cousins, who make it all these millions of dollars to be their guy to get to a Super Bowl. And y'all flop every year. That's why I can't stand certain fan bases. I want the diehards. I want the fans that will root for their team, no matter if they're losing or winning. We don't have that here in Atlanta. And it's sad. Got to talk down to Matt Ryan. I just heard a couple years ago, about 19 on the game, about the whole Desmond Ridder situation. They're like, man, I feel bad for Matt. Yeah. One of the callers came in, they were like, hey, man, I'd like to apologize for talking crap about Matt Ryan, man. He wasn't the problem. Yeah, I know he wasn't the damn problem. It was the coaching staff and the team. You can't have. That's what happened in the house last 2 years with Andre Murray and Trae Young. You got 2 ball hogging guards. You can't have that on the same team. You can't have a Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan on the same team. 2 greats, but you can't have them on the same team. That's why Kobe and Shaq didn't coexist. They could have won 10 more championships together, they actually coexist. That's why Pippen and Jordan worked so good. That's why LeBron and D Wade worked so good. D Wade knew he wasn't the guy no more. He didn't have to control the game no more. He had a guy like LeBron. Pippen had a guy like Jordan. And it's sad. Certain fan bases not root for their team because they suck. It is what it is. I just wish things would change. And I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. And this will be the end of the first episode. Probably I'll make the next episode probably this time next week. And we're going to be talking about the NFL playoffs for the AFC and NFC. And maybe talk about a little bit of the mock drafts as well, of the top players in the draft. But I'd like to thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. And I'll see y'all next time.